Oh, sure. We're at least, 3-4 months out at the very minimum from the referendum. There's plenty of time for the Yes campaign to get its act together. But I think from the start, as you say, Anthony Albanese's done a very good job of saying what the voice is, and you see Noel Pearson today also admitting they've done a very poor job of that. And added to that, I think that poll in the Sydney Morning Herald that showed that people are reluctant to ask what the voice is for fear of being called racist. I think they're going to have a dramatic change of tack right now. They're going to have to admit that people are not being dumb or racist. They've just got other things to do. I mean, I'm here in the Bowen Basin. I haven't heard anybody talk about the voice. They're getting on mining coal and doing useful stuff, right? That's what most people do. I mean, you and I are invested in it. But I think the Yes campaign has to now concentrate on telling people what the voice is, what it'll do and what the benefits are. That's the only hope I think they've got of rescuing this.
Well, they've got to get back to basics as to how it came about. It's about Indigenous recognition in the Constitution, and this is the way that Indigenous Australia has asked to be recognised in the Constitution. But they seem to talk about, they've allowed the no case to control the debate, which sort of focuses on the mechanism and what it will do. And there's been a big scare campaign, Lisa. There's been a lot of furphies put out there, constantly put out there. And Anthony Albanese and others have decided not to counter them. They've tried to ignore the scare campaign, thinking that they don't want to get down into the weeds and debate these things. Well, if you don't counter the scare campaign, the scare gets a bit of currency, gets momentum, it gets a life of its own.
Yeah, but it comes back to what Nick was saying. It hasn't been clear. If you have, an increasing number of people are saying no and increasing number of people saying they don't understand what it is about, then from a PR campaign perspective, you're losing the fight. You're not doing what you're supposed to do, which is make your messaging, and you know this, Chris, your messaging has to be really clear, and it hasn't been. And I think what has happened now is Noel Pearson has gone back and actually looked at perhaps some of this polling, which says, I think last month the polling showed 25% of people who were supporting it were doing it on the fact about recognition. Yeah. So I think that is why we've now seen him change his language. It's in all of these campaigns, you watch where the pivot point is for when that key messaging changes. I would suspect that's had a very key part to play here, and now we'll start to hear that rhetoric coming out.
Well, Anthony Albanese needs to also put some more shape to it. He needs to just give some more detail as to how he would legislate the voice, what it would look like in practice. Yes, we know Parliament can change it, other governments can change it once it's been put into the Constitution, but show the Australian people how he would legislate it.